February 21st, 2017, room 1060, City Hall, 1 p.m. I'm joined by Mr. Corin Price and by Mr. Jose Huizar. This forms quorum, and we are prepared to go forward. We will have 1 minute for public comment and on the item, and that will be the entirety of that.
You want to read the item first, Councilman?
Yes. Mr. Chair, item 1 is a communication from the Mayor and Chief Legislative Analyst relative to the 43rd program year of the Housing and Community Development Consolidated Plan.
Thank you. Let's hear from Armando Herman.
Definitely, there are some very serious issues going on when it comes to housing, especially when it comes to community development to consider. When we have an absent mayor who doesn't recognize the chief legislative body who is supposed to have a program for housing and our community, but it's apparent that our absent mayor who's running for re-election does not deserve to be a mayor, but likely he might win. Hopefully not, because once again, the issue is housing and community development. You heard about the last problems we had, right, with community development? The CRA. I sat in there with Mr. Cervantes, the chair of that committee, and that dumb schmuck motherfucker don't know what he's talking about. That's right. For the record, Mr. Cervantes, you were the CRA chair, and now you're a dumb motherfucker. Fix our housing and community development problem, motherfucker.
PDQ Publishers, Dale Richardson, LLC, Inglewood, California, 90206.
Oh, yes, thank you so much for making this meeting pretty damn quick. Yeah, so, now, what is this? You know who's never here anymore? He's the one who's the fat member. Peppa Pig! Paul Koretz is never here to talk about housing anymore. Has anybody seen Peppa Pig, Paul Koretz? Yes, I know where he is, though. He's trying to find out how he's going to lose the runoff. Yes, that's right. Yes, he's not here anymore. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about Huizar. He doesn't care about the city, no.
Make some semblance of
Yes,
relevance to the subject matter.
Right. Are they talking about the Peppa Pig? Paul Koretz is not here for special housing meetings. Why doesn't he do his job? Why is he so scared of losing? Because he's going to, yes.
Okay, thank you. Sir, from the
Was that it?
CLA? No, that's it? Oh, no. I'm sorry, Mr. Ramirez. I saw you leave. I didn't see you come back. Please come up.
Thank you very much. As you know, I take housing very seriously since I have lived on the streets. So I do take this very seriously. And first of all, let me say, Los Angeles, thanks to Mayor Eric Garcetti, the defunct mayor, in 2017 and now, our city is under siege by the racist, jealous, nosy, uncivilized, diabolically evil, wicked, come caca, racist, hate-mongering, chango, Latino, wetbacks, and gang-banging pigs and pussies and thieves. Therefore, no community and no neighborhood in Los Angeles is habitable because of the toxic urban blight and toxic loud noise. And as a Mexican American, I don't want to live with these wetbacks and gangbangers because they are pigs. You got the furniture, instead of being inside the house, it's outside on the streets. They are gang infested. They don't know how to be respectful of people. You're always having them break into your home, robbing you and violating your privacy. They're nosy. Pinche metiches, fisgones, y argüenderas. Las viejas, the women are worse. And again, it's unsafe and unsecure. God bless Donald Trump in America.
Okay, that concludes public comment. let's go forward with the,
Thank you, Mr. Chair and committee members. Clay McCarter with the Chief Legislative Analyst's Office. So the 43rd Consolidated Plan before you allocates U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development funds from 4 grants: the Community Development Block Grant, the Home Investment Partnership, the Emergency Solutions Grant, and the Housing for Persons with AIDS, over a 12-month program period from April 1st, 2017 through March 31st, 2018. Unlike prior years, due to congressional delays, this year we are recommending that the committee approve the budget using projected grant amounts, as HUD has not released the actual grant entitlements, and we've included contingency language to adjust the budget upon HUD releasing the actual grant. Including all 4 grants, we estimate that a total of $124.8 million is available to be allocated, which is an increase of $4.3 million over the 42nd program year. On the CDBG side, we estimate, the timely spending of these funds remains an issue. In January, the city was forced to reprogram over $8 million in order to meet a HUD expenditure deadline. And the CLA has been exploring a variety of options to put the city in a better position to spend CDBG efficiently. And one such option that should be explored is moving the city's program year start date from April 1st to July 1st, which would better align with the budgeting schedule of Congress, HUD, and the city's general fund budget. We ask that HCID look into the feasibility of making this change. And with that, I'll take any questions.
colleagues?
Thank you. We, our priority as we see fit today, or we kind of have made a case for, is our homelessness and our CDBG funds. Does homelessness stack up with our other program areas that we're allocating funding? Do you have a kind of a general breakdown of that?
I do. So the homeless funding comes from CDBG and also the ESG. ESG is for homeless funding. The CDBG funds a variety of LAHSA programs, including the Homeless Emergency Shelter and Services line item at $2.6 million. And then the ESG provides $4.1 million for a variety of LAHSA programs, the Downtown Drop-In Shelter, the Emergency Shelter and Services, and there's a homeless management system as well. So the homeless funding is part of the public services funding, and the city is capped for the CDBG portion at 15%. So the homeless funding for CDBG is a mix, and part of the other funding is used for family source centers, domestic violence, and AIDS, and aging services.
So how does the allocation to homeless stack up against other programmatic areas?
Well, the
in terms
total
of actual dollars
for
spent?
CDBG?
Yes.
Yeah, so the public service for CDBG is $9.3 million. Of that amount, 2.6 is provided for LAHSA, for homeless services.
And what's different this year is that we now have a strategic plan on how the city will approach homelessness. Was there analysis made whether the expenditures we're making fits into that strategic plan, or are we just going with what we did the last year and previous year before that and previous year before that?
I believe that it was. The mayor's office recommended that the funding of $2.6 million be applied for that line item. And so the CLS office analyzed that, and we agreed with the mayor's office recommendation to put that amount of money in that line item.
Okay. Because it seems like before we were just kind of spending money and, putting it here, there's a request, okay, that sounds like it's a good program, et cetera. But now as we have a strategic plan, I would hope that all expenditures that we're making within the city, it'd be through the prism of our strategic plan to make sure it fits in and is in line with the direction we want to go in that strategic plan, correct?
As the year progresses, we will make sure that this funding meets in with the strategy.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Senator?
No questions. Looks like it's a well put together
Okay.
proposal.
We have a recommendation to adopt the CLA's report as amended to reflect that Rule 18 of Attachment B, Healthy Neighborhood Market Network Program, be increased from 125 to 250,000. Let me repeat that, from 125,000 to 250,000. And Rule 56 of Attachment B, Building Improvement Fund, be decreased by 125,000. Forthwith to council. So it's a motion. Any second?
I'll second.
Second. Any objection?
That concludes the agenda. Thank you.
That's the agenda. Thank you. Matter is passed. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Motion to adjourn. So moved. So be the matter.